seated. My name is Kate Shannon Biddle. I'm the Dean of Students at the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. It is my pleasure to welcome you today as we award degrees to our 2021 graduates. I would like to first introduce Dean Catherine Baker to share some thoughts with our graduates. Dean Baker.
As Dean of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy, I have the great pleasure of welcoming the graduates of the class of 2021 to this year's hooding ceremony. Give yourselves a round of applause. Though our traditions may look a little different this year due to the pandemic, I couldn't be happier to be here in person with you today as we recognize your accomplishments. It has been a long, hard, hot road to get to this moment, but you have earned it. I'd now like to introduce David McMillan, who will give the student speaker address. David McMillan is a PhD graduate of the class of 2021 with master's degrees from the University of Michigan in applied mathematics and in industrial operations and engineering. His involvement at Harris includes tutoring and teaching for multiple courses, helping to redesign math camp and advocacy work. His research has received recognition through the Spencer Dissertation Fellowship, the AERA Minority Dissertation Fellowship, and invited talks at UVA and Boston College. In July, David begins his tenure-track career as an assistant professor of economics at Emory University with a visiting scholar position at the Federal Reserve Bank in Atlanta, Georgia. Congratulations and welcome to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Baker, for that very kind introduction. First, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life, and I should also recognize my family, Mom and Dad, and Morgan and Josh. Wave your hand back there. There's really a lot of people I want to recognize. I love all of you. There's like so many friends, like in this audience, and my dissertation committee. So many great faculty who have supported me. I really appreciate all of you. I want to say something that has been on my mind for a long time. All of my efforts in pursuit of an academic career and to use my knowledge to reduce human suffering can all be traced back to timeless memories with my grandfather, Joel McMillan. Grandpa was my hero, but more than anything, he was my friend. I remember skating with him when I was just 4 years old, and I was afraid to skate. I actually still am. I cannot skate at all. But when I held his hand, the fear just disappeared. I knew he was going to protect me, and I never forgot that feeling, the sense that someone was looking out for me. But it's more than that. When I held his hand, I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be strong enough to protect someone else. And that's the unique kind of love, influential love, that flowed between us. It characterized our relationship forever and lies at the brightest core of everything I've ever wanted to be and everything that I am. Grandpa suffocated to death. The man responsible for my spiritual optimism died ultimately because he could not breathe. And so my tower of strength and hope and resilience was reduced to a frail old man with despair etched between shallow breaths, saying, "It wasn't supposed to be this way." Grandpa died of a disease that can be preventable through evidence-based practices, but which is deadly in the face of short-term solutions that are too little too late. At Harris, we learned that our impact extends far beyond the sphere of our intentions, and that's exactly why it's so important that we ensure our policy solutions are evidence-based. Yet once the evidence has been established, what was once a question of analysis becomes a question of the soul. We don't like to talk about that in the classroom, but once the evidence has been established, our true moral character is laid naked, stripped from the cloak of objectivity that our privilege so conveniently affords us. And at that time, there's no mathematical model that can liberate us from the binary moral decision at our feet once the evidence has been established. And we understand rigorously how to dismantle the systems that suffocate others. We are forced to choose between what is right and what is convenient. And how dare we, of all people, have the audacity to choose the convenience of inaction? Apathy, after all, from the supposedly learned, is far more heinous than the harm caused by the unlearned. In any case, it would seem that everything that could have been learned from our inaction must have been learned by now. The year 2020 was about watching the whole world suffocate to death with no remorse and no long-term solutions, starting with the Earth itself, from issues with carbon emissions. No remorse, no long-term solutions. Then a pandemic struck based on a virus that attacks the respiratory system. No remorse, few long-term investments in public health, and in the midst of it, we watched George Floyd suffocate to death for 8 minutes beneath an officer with no remorse, and still we see no long-term solution. And as protesters lined the streets of Minneapolis and Chicago and other major US cities, tear gas filled their lungs, administered with no remorse and no long-term solutions. You know, as someone with so many family members and friends who suffocated to death from COVID-19 and from lung cancer and from asthma, I have to say there is nothing more painful than watching a doctor offer a short-term solution that is too little, too late. But each of those loved ones, including Grandpa, would agree with me now when I say that in the grand scheme of things, we cannot breathe without each other. We cannot breathe without remorse for those who suffocate, and we cannot breathe without long-term solutions. We cannot breathe without radical collective investment in clean energy to clear the lungs of the earth, and we cannot breathe without investment in public health systems to protect us from airborne pandemics. But not only that, we cannot breathe allowing the US military-industrial complex to take the breath away from innocent brown people abroad. Yes, I went there. We cannot breathe allowing the noose of the prison industrial complex to choke black families, to choke black wealth, and to choke black mobility. We cannot breathe allowing the legacy of colonialism to block the airways of self-determination within the island of Puerto Rico and the US territories. We may have come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. We cannot breathe with the noxious fumes of anti-Semitism, nor the searing smoke of anti-Palestinian racism. We cannot breathe with the toxic stench of anti-Asian hatred, nor the haze of LGBTQ marginalization. We cannot breathe drowning in a violent ocean of sexism, human trafficking, gaslighting, rape, and gender-based violence that impacts women every day. We cannot breathe focusing only on symptoms and short-term solutions, and we cannot breathe without actively fighting the root causes of our societal asphyxia. In the last year, we watched in horror as 3 million lives were lost to systemic policy failures. We learned that all the knowledge and all the evidence in the world isn't nearly enough to save the world. What do we do with that, faculty, students, staff, at the Harris School, where we pride ourselves on impact down to a science, where we've chosen to put our faith in the evidence instead of something greater than the evidence? Was our time here meaningless? Was our achievement here meaningless? Are we meaningless? We are not. We are as meaningful as our actions. It is our actions that give meaning to our knowledge. It is our advocacy that gives bite to our analysis. It is our active campaigning, our persuasive debating, our implementation that gives fire to our research. And fighting for what's right and acting on what's right gives true meaning to knowing what's right. Class of 2021, long after this pandemic has come to an end, I implore you to fight actively and openly for evidence-based policy, not just its analysis. Fight until our moral prowess guides our scientific evidence. Fight for long-term solutions to cure our societal asphyxia. And fight on again until the moral lungs of the earth are filled with the living breath of justice. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I now call upon Dean Catherine Baker and the designated faculty and staff who are here to assist with the presentation of degrees today. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Arts by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Arts, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
The graduates who are here will cross the stage, and those who are not able to be with us will be shown on the screens. Evan Ari Abramsky. Rojansky Harvey Andre Jr. Ben Haim Bergman. Brandon Charles. Honor Crandell. Laura Christine Darcy. Yoon Xiao Dong. Matthew Brian Gallagher. Jasmine Gulati. Rebecca Harles. Camille Kirsch. Hala Kurtu. David Lopez Soto. Maya Lozinski. Chloe Madigan. Madeline McAdams. John Robert Miller. Cesar Morales Oyarvide. Hannah Rose Marie Morin. Nancy Negrete. Lorena Pastor Palacios. Nicholas James Pello. Hasanga Samarua. Giovanni Saraper. Meghna Sundar. Lorenzo Uribe Bardon. Michael Christopher Wiley. Paul Zapperzen. Please join me in applauding these MA candidates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Arts by the Board of Trustees through our dual master's degree program with the London School of Economics.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Arts, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
Robert Adamo. Sarah Al-Dalal. Abdulaziz Mohammed Al-Rabaya. Noor Al-Khoury. Abdul Malik Alimani. Suzanne Isabel Becker. Stephen Quinton Davis. Konstantinos Dimitriadis. Luis Fonseca. Jonathan Joseph Gordon. Amal Abdulaziz Hassanian. Jody Beth Hill. David Klein. Anup Mohanty. Girish Suhaus Palnikar. Valerie Rogers. Mana Sabari Kashani. Dina Steinfurth. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Arts by the Board of Trustees through our Evening Master's program.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Arts, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
Stuart Fields Abram. Taylor Jordan Alexander. Rebecca Altman. Stephanie Alvarado. David Baxter. Casey Buck. Prentice Clifton Butler. Nixon Camillier. Giselle Castillo Veramis. Lacey May Colligan. Ashi Colina. Megan Faith Cordes. Elizabeth Corrigan. Charlotte Cottier. Emily Krakolici. Pratik Sharad Desai. Emily Dodge. I'll do Emily Dodge. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Ashley Dodge. My apologies. Eric Ferrer. Rachel Getz. Larina Monique Griffin. Christina Guerrero. Clayton Kelper Harris III. Samuel Houston Harris. Andrew E. Herrera. Samuel Israel. Quincy Johnson. Lin Jones. Anna Waters Catter. Samantha Rebecca Kent. Ryan Cook. K. Richard Kong. Tessa Kuipers. Leanna Lance. Catherine Levin. Roberto Carlos Lopez. Monica Luna. William Malmed. Xavier Lancer Mann. Danielle Yvonne Marlborough. Ruben Marine. Leah Martinez Santamaria. Dominique Adrian McCoy. Michael D. Milstein. Heidi Mitchell. Molly Anna Murray. Taisuke Nakamura. Yui Namiki. David Ian Narter. Megan Nordval. McKinley Nasser. Rachel Orlowski. Olga Ortuzar. Kevin O'Shaughnessy. Brendan Cecil Perry. Adam Michael Polnick. Catherine Ramirez Mercado. Eric Reyes. Alexander Emil Rosen. Eva Joan Sandoval. Catherine Schaefer. Alexandra Short. Jacob Jerome Smith. David Armand Solberg. Tommy Thomas III. Audrey Ann Thomas. Sarah Ann Twing. Sumani Upathia. Adam James Vieira. Jonathan Warren. Bradley Devon Washington. Paige Williams. Nicole Wilson. Jacob Winston Gallant. Shatisha Woods. Andrew Patrick Thompson Woods. Lee Zakos. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Arts in International Development and Policy by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Masters of Arts in International Development and Policy, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
Roberto Arbores Gleason. Armando Armas. Christopher Arroyo. Haley Bathurst. Eileen Brown Cuevas. Eliana Fromm. Japreet Gruel. Danielle Longi Gumieres. Adebanke Ilori. Chinasa Imo. Osako Dalo Imotinya Imosali. Darnesha Inba Raja. Emmanuel Mulba Johnson. Shravya Kadim. Thomas Chumwa Kisimbi. Pratika Kumar. Lena Moreno. Paola Mosquera. Titilayo Ogunbambi. Carlos Ramirez Caucho. Simbarashe Runyoha. Kadamburi Shah. Devika Singh. Tatmonmyat Tain. Tai Shinda. Burunjuro Utsiburan. Hanaim. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Arts with a certificate in research methods by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Arts with a certificate in research methods, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
Luke Chen. Mengyuan Chen. Mengjia Hu. Nikita Jain. Muhammad Ibrahim Khan. Jianli Liu. Pei Liu. Jua Liu. Shubhalakshmi Nag. Juan Pablo Ocampo Sheen. Celia Oyang. Lucina Rodriguez Guyen. Jiacheng Shao. Jiayi Sun. Sa Wu. Haoyang Xia. Pei Xu. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Public Policy by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Public Policy, and I express the hope that your work will guide public policy towards the enhancement of the public good. Congratulations.
Anastasia. Samuel Emmerich Adams. Ufsma Upsal. Fumike Chipo Agbola. Avi Ahuja. Anirudh Ajat. Julian Alderson. Mohammed Ali. Jimena Allende Lagua. Jang Shin An. Samantha Lynn Anderson. Jessica Anderson. Ridwan Anhar. Ryan Michael Atkinson. Kelly Aves. Kevin Baden. Molly Grace Bear. Eric Bayless. Ron Bao. Andres Barroso Chavez. Aaliyah Faye Bean. Kelsey Nicole Berryman. Shruti Bimsaria. Madhav Binthal. Jennifer Patricia Blazik. Hannah Marie Bonner. Shannon Bradford. Devin Bronstein. Maxwell Brown. Martin Brown. Maria Jose Camacho. Trisha Kamara. Bradson Camelo. Boyuan Cao. Luis Capistran. Pranjul Chandra. Taegu Zhang. Thaddeus Chatto. Geet Chawla. Daniel Chen. Meishu Chen. Hao Chen. Zhongray Cheng. Vistreet Chaudhry. Andrew Cobian. Charity Rachel Coleman. Madeline Collins. Katia Cordoba Garcia. Robert William Russell Crump. Sabrina Cristina de la Vega. Rachel Deck. Lauren Elizabeth DeFalco. Emily Elizabeth Dobson. Yun Chi Dong. Wei Fan Dong. Andrew Doty. Justin Scott Douglas. Maria Dracopoli. Pradumya Diredi. Owen El Rifi. Wasil Ingle. Cal Chung-Chi Fung. Anthony Farmer. Olivia Jean Farrell. Karis Renee Feldhaus. Javier Enrique Fernandez Salamanca. Herman Alberto Ferreira Espinosa. Nadia Fitriani. Andres Fortunato. Alec Freitag. Julia Friedberg. Sonnet Amal Frisbee. Victor Fuentes Campos. John Ling Gong. Fernando Garcia. Ani Aurora Gatz. Paula Gaviria Villarreal. Robert Guiano. Omer Gill. Stephen Gingold. Paola Cristina Gomez Coronado. Andre Gonuela. Maria de las Mercedes Gonzalez Maynes. Michael Cosgrove Gorman. Jordan Graham. Jack Greeny. Gua Ke. Yumeng Guo. Aman Gupta. Agustin Gutierrez. Javier Gutierrez Avila. Kentaro Ama. Cheng Han. Harianto Handoku. Ning Hao. Ikram ul Haq. Donovan Harvey. Shodai Hasebe. Jakai Hu. Hari Satrio Hendarto. Jose Alberto Hernandez Crespo. Narihiro Harai. Faith Eleanor Hollander. Meredith Hollander. Santiago Hoyos. Peishan Xiu. Rehan Huang. Jingya Huang. Haobin Huang. Juliana Warkaya Borja. Jake Interanti. Adem Islamov. Nathan Jacobs. Dylan Richard Jacovo. Janny Zhang. Wai Shunjia. Han Zi Jiang. Akiye Jibiki. E.C. Jing. Michael A. Johnson Jr. Carolyn Childers Johnson. Rohit D. Joshi. Shanxing Kong. Jiayang Kang. David Kanos. Caleb Cow. Beth Ariel Karp. Adwaith Kasipur. Lauren Kataja. Kenya Kawai. Karamura Ryota. Devika Care. Yumi Kim. Jong Lim Kim. Yash Kirkare. Ridgely Putnam Knapp. Jacob Andrew Knox. Tim Koenig. Matthew Kowalski. Rahul Kulkarni. Vivek Kumar. Taro Kunimitsu. Mong Han Lan. Jody Lawrence. Elizabeth Lehman. Ling Xiao Leng. Li Chuo. Shinran Lee. Lochi Vanessa Lee. Xingwei Li. Keishin Lee, Yi Hao Lee, Shi Lee, Ling Yan Lee, Ji Ya Lee, John Lin Lee, Bong Hao Ling, Jiaxi Liu, Li Han Liu, Guo Fu Liu, Hao Xuan Liu, Xin Li, Jonathan Leffler, Yu Chen Liu, Shenghuan Liu, Ma Yi Hong, Akira Mackey Watkins, Kimiko Margarifti, Milo Magno, Jenna Manila, Yun Shi Mao, Asher Mayerson, Nora McConnell Johnson, Urcelia Marie Mulchiori, Jonathan Merker, Yi-Wen Miao, Laura Catalina Miken Rivera, Robin Miles, James Mioto, Bhavya Mishra, Jean Motechi, Meredith Muir, Shariar Nabi, Ishan Vedantam Nagpal, Joseph Nardi, Spencer Netterhood, Boni Olive Nagraha, Yuchi Obana, Connor O'Brien, Olu Ogidan, Carly Ogletree, Nick Olson, Fatima Omar, Jesse James Booker Ziegel Orr, Andres Ortiz Riamalo, Shinyi Ouyang, Philippa Paisley, Oscar Alejandro Paramo Rojas, Jamal Chaitan Patel, Daryl Perez, Maria Camela Perez Bonilla, Ana Paula Pernas, Andrea Pineda Madrigal, Justin Porter, Faith Powell, Catherine Powell, Gabriel Prado Correa, M. Samuel Hawk, Ranga Pratama, Rohail Premji, Gabrielle Price. Nelson Octavio Pook Cruz. Rachel Pian. Xinyi Chin. Diego Mauricio Oswaldo Quiros Tocasca. Siddhant Rai. Aishwarya Rajay. Alicia Rashid. Kamya Rathor. Chiawei Run. Shibai Run. Milan Jackson Rivas. Liseth Paula Riveros Castro. Taylor Rosemary Robinson. Josefina Rodriguez Oriana. Charlie Rollison. Adam Abramson Roth. Matthew Edmund Roy. Gabriella Sade. Alexandra Salgado. Xavier Zach Salvador. Janelle Santos. Masaki Sato. Richard Danielle Sosito. Dylan Robert Schaefer. John Woodbridge Schmidt. Julia Siegel. Emily Selch. Juan Felipe Serrano Ariza. Manvi Rajan Seth. Sabarish Shankar. Genuine Shao. Smriti Sharma. Nicole Shen. Mark Shepard. Haotong Shu. Werda Shruti. Claire Power Sigalko. Nikunj Deep Singh. Marvin Lowell Slaughter, Jr. Aaron Thomas Smoot. Alexis Smizer. Tommy Sodeman. Gina Sohn. Shiua Song. Madeline Jo Soskin. Jorge Ivan Soto. Emily Souza Rutkowski. Emma Elizabeth Sperry. Stephen Andrew Spinello. Abby Caroline Stewart. Xinyuan Su. Di-ya Su. Yi-ting Su. Sayaka Suzuki. Jean Yi Tang. Tang Yuing. Ashu Tile. Muwanji Thuita. Ran Tian. Ishani Tiku. Wen Tao Tong. Luis Fonseca. Hirofumi Toshima. Evan Trowbridge. Mary Elizabeth Turner. Paulina Ugalde. Masashi Ono. Dina Chintia. Danielle Viejo. Amelia Rose Voigt. Siddhant Woodera. Zimu Wan. Ufei Wang. Ziyi Wang. Shu Nan Wang. Shu Ai Wan. Xin Yi Wang. Le Yuan Wang. Su John Wang. Olivia Elise Wine. E. Ning Wang. Yu Hong Wu. Fan Mei Xia. Zhao Wei Shang. Yu Wen Shang. Su Ming Shu. Stephen Shu. Min Shi Shua. Tianming Yong. Fan Yong. Huda Yong. Xiaoshan Yang. Jiawei Yo. Regina Wei-Ting Yu. Jiawei Yo. Yu E Yu. Jia Hao Yu. Ming Man Yuan. Bo Song Yuan. Paulina Zajac. Ujia Zai. Letitia Zhang. Jingchuan Zhang. Tu Chen Zhang. Enqi Zhao. Ning Xin Zhang. Zi Qi Zhou. Dia Zhou. Ruoyan Zhou. Ziboa Zhu. Yi Heng Zhu. Shi Ling Zhu. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Science in Computational Analysis and Public Policy by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Science in Computational Analysis and Public Policy, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
Kelsey Jo Anderson. Fatima Asmat. Roberto Barroso Luque. Gustavo Andre Bartra Basurto. Laura Margaret Burbach. Stephen Bushbach. Jahan Cheng. Injong Choa. Angelo Kosubo. Diego Diaz. Nathan Gilday Dignazio. Lynn Din. Raymond Eid. Michael Feldman. Tetsuo Fujino. Lana Greer. John Greer. Lily Anna Greer. Macarena Guzman Valenzuela. Timothy John Hannafin. Takayuki Kitamura. Yue Kuang. Jacob Lepic. Christiane Leongson. Rezua Liu. Caitlin Marianne Loftus. Nguyen Long. Matthew Maurer. Rukshan Arif Mian. Robert Alexander Mitchell. Liz Nelson. Oscar Enrique Noriega Villarreal. Hannah Passon. Allison Pelzar. Monsi Fadnis. Nicholas Pearson. Imang Cho. Mayarak Denny Quintero Mira. Jessica Maria Ramirez Toscano. Stephanie Ramos Gomez. Mark Richardson. Jonathan Rockhour. Charmaine Soriano Runes. Noah Selman. Kenneth Shavel. Domini Sharma. Charles Allen Shields. Wenjuan Shi. Young Min Sun. Jia Yi Dominic Teo. Xiao Yuan Wang. Ryan Webb. Alexander Weinstein. Amanda Whaley. Sarah Woe. Jia Chi Young. Emily Zhang. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, it is my honor to present these students who have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy. They have been awarded the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Science and Policy by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Science and Policy, and I express the hope that your work will improve our understanding of public policy. Congratulations.
Kriti Bardwaj. Shuangwei Mei Lee. Bibind Vasu. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dean Baker, the students I now present have attained scholarly distinction in advanced studies and prepared a dissertation that contributes to knowledge in a particular field of research. On behalf of the faculty of the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy, I have the honor to present the recipients of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy as conferred by the Board of Trustees.
The trustees have conferred upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and I welcome you to this ancient and honorable company of scholars. Congratulations.
Justin Eric Holtz. Sung Hoon Lee. Lee Shun Liu. David Benjamin McMillan. Miguel Ángel Morales Mosquera. And Wendy Wong. I would now like to introduce Dean Catherine Baker to make closing remarks.
Class of 2021, congratulations again. As you reflect on your accomplishments, I'm encouraged to know that we have the best and brightest minds in each of you working in public policy. Indeed, this was Irving Harris's intent in founding our school 3 decades ago, and the legacy each of you carry forward as graduates of this great institution. On behalf of the Harris School, I couldn't be happier to celebrate you today and to call you alumni. The world is yours. Now go make a difference in it. Congratulations.
This concludes the ceremony. Please remain seated until all of the graduates and stage party formally process. Again, thank you for coming, and please join me in congratulating these extraordinary graduates once again.
Come on.